What's up, y'all? Welcome back, man. It's your boy D Friend back in the better for another episode. I think it's episode like 141, maybe 142, something in that range. But we're here. We're back again. And we got a couple of things that we need to get into today. A couple of things that we need to get discussed. A couple of things that are, kind of tragic and kind of sad and may, bring you down a little bit. But I feel like I need to discuss these things because it just has to be discussed. It just has to be talked about. And we saw earlier this morning a rapper out of Chicago named FBG Cash was killed with a woman. One person, the woman was injured. He was killed. We gotta get trailer photographer told me about the Deshaun Watson investigation. I didn't really read too much into it, but I want to dive into that a little bit today as well. And then we got to talk about Kevin Gates and his new song Super Gremlin Freestyle and all the implications that come from that, what's behind that. We're also going to talk about an actor who is grooming people, or he groomed, allegedly, this young lady off the reservation. We'll get into that. So, shout out to True Boss being in the building, RP Cash. The trolls went from Slide for Vaughn to Stop the Violence. That's the thing about that, right? Because I was going to say the FBG Cash thing for later on in the show, but I get into it right now since you threw it off the top, right? You laid it up for me. You lobbed it up, so let me dunk it. So anyways, FBG Cash is a rapper out of Chicago. Obviously, FBG tied to FBG Doug. They're against the Vaughns and the Dirks of the world. And I don't want to throw their names in there because, I think that they had anything to do with this. I'm just giving you context to maybe you might not know who the person is. That's just the context of that, right? So, let me read the article. So, Chicago shooting, rapper FBG Duck Cash killed, woman wounded in Auburn, Gresham, authorities say. So, rapper FBG Cash was killed and a woman was wounded in a shooting on the city's south side early Friday morning. The Chicago Police Department said two people were shot, one fatally, at about 5:32 a.m. in the Auburn, Gresham neighborhood, 1600 block of West 81st Street. Now, people in Chicago, they probably have a better understanding of this location, where this is at, what this location may mean, but that's not me. So a man and a woman were inside the vehicle, which how these things are typically seeming to happen more than often. You're just in your car, you chilling, and then something happens to you. I don't know if they was coming from somewhere, if they were going out somewhere, or they were just chilling in the car, just talking. Because a lot of people do that. They sit in the car, they conversate with a lady, and that's how they do it. But they mac on. That's how they do it. I had a professor in college a long time tell me, y'all kids nowadays play too much in y'all car, right? Y'all want to sit around in the car, chill around in the car, make yourself a victim. Now, I'm not blaming him for this. I'm just telling you what the professor told me. Y'all like to get out of grocery stores where you have to spend a lot of money. Y'all like to sit in the car. Y'all like to chill. Get in the car and get your ass home. Get inside somewhere. Get where you need to be. Don't just be hanging around outside, especially somebody like FBG Cash, who's probably known to have enemies in the city. So anyways, 31-year-old man sustained multiple gunshot wounds about the body, police said. He was transported to Advocate Christ Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead, police said. The Cook County Bureau of Investigation later identified him as Trisha Hamilton, also known as FBG Cash. A woman was shot in her arm and upper back. She was transported to the same medical thing in serious condition. Police said the offender got back to the sedan and fled westbound. No one in custody. Area 2 detectives are investigating. I'm just coming to the realization they're going to... To kill somebody in a major city, right? You're going to get caught. We're in a surveillance state. You're not in off-road, rural, fucking one road in, one road out, probably no cameras, no nothing. You're not in a place like that. You're in a major city. And if this area is in some way in some kind of downtown facilitated area, there's traffic cameras everywhere. You're going to get caught. So whoever this person is who killed him has to be going into this knowing they're going to get caught. Especially in 2022. How many people have we seen not been caught as of late? Now, they might not be caught immediately. They might allow this to build into a certain case that they're trying to build, as they've been building a bunch of RICOs lately. They might let it build, but eventually you're going to get caught. Right? So, what True Boss said was true. People slide for Vaughn, do this for Vaughn, do it for Vaughn, and then now another person gets killed that's not directly related to Vaughn, because Quando Rondo doesn't have nothing to do with Vaughn directly. Or Quando Rondo has nothing to do with FBG Cash, FBG Duck, because that's Chicago. He's over here. He's having to be in the altercation with Vaughn where he got killed. But it all, in a way, comes back around and correlates. Because Asian Doll, for some reason, decided to tweet out during this, which it can't be a coincidence, right? Can't be a coincidence. This guy dies. She tweets out, "Long live King Von." Now, obviously, Asian Doll will do anything to bring herself relevance, bring herself light, put herself back in the spotlight. So this has to be, at least she not like, she might not be like, I want to diss FBG Cash. And I'm not going to say his name in a post. I'm not going to say his name in a tweet. But she knows that is going to stir up the internet. She knows she's going to get the mentions. Yeah, your name dying down, so every time you feel like you're getting enough attention, you use his name for clout. That's corny. You hype because Cash gone, but the fact that O-Block still lose. I mean, I don't get into that dumbass shit. I don't care about that. Like the fact that people on social media use black men killing each other as like a scorecard. Like, think about that. The same people who will use black people as a scorecard. Well, O-Block's still down 30 bodies. They want me to sit there and listen to them talk about police brutality, even though, like I said, I'm not going to diminish it and say it's not a real thing. It's a real thing. But you want me to take you seriously. When people are in there celebrating black men killing each other left and right, like it's nothing. Like it's nothing. He dead. Oh, we up one like we in a basketball game. This is the finals. Now, I thought this was interesting because I saw an FBG Cash interview a couple months back when he was on No Jumper, and I wanted to just play this because it's kind of like one of those foreshadowing type of things. One of those like, damn, he was kind of cognitive of what was going on in his surroundings. Because I'm sure he partakes in the bullshit. Because in the interview, he talks about a text back and forth conversation with Dirk. Fuck you, you dissing me, yada, yada. Dirk say, go to Vaughn's memorial. Bet I'm going to do that. Like, they're in the bullshit. I'm not saying he's some innocent guy not in the bullshit. He's in the bullshit. But this is what Adam asked him, hey, do you ever think about getting out of Chicago? Or, like, do you want to leave Chicago?
Do you have that thing in your head that makes you never want to leave Chicago, or are you somebody who would be open to relocating?
No, I don't want to be in Chicago. I'm hoping you show me a way to give me $1 million right now when we leave here, so and say, come pack your bags.
That's what this interview is all about.
Yeah, pack your bags, Cash. Come on, let's go. We gone. Fucking, yeah, like Chicago. Of course, I want to go back home and get Harold chicken and get Italian beef and want to visit and shit. But like, hopefully, I get to the point where I'm down and in the restaurants that make me not even want to go back and eat the same shit that I was eating the last 30 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to see those same streets. I really don't want to be in Chicago when it's cold. You know what I'm saying? I don't want my kids to go to school there. None of that. I don't owe Chicago nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be there no more.
Right.
Yeah.
But do you worry about how people might perceive it if you were to take off?
Hell no. Like, shit. Deuces. Motherfucker. Like, of course, I still keep me a crib there, though. Like, that's off the rip. Like, I ain't finna be doing no capping from another state and move, like, at one point in time, like, I ain't gonna be a rapper no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, I ain't gonna make music no more. I ain't no rap ass nigga. You know
you want to find artists?
Yeah.
All right, so that's pretty much that's just one of those things. Like, he knew he like, I want to get out of this predicament. Now, I don't know his financial background. I don't know how much money he's made at FBG Cash. I don't know if he could have done whatever he was doing in another state without having to be in Chicago. But it's just unfortunate that now, you know, the guy's dead, right? And this is, I'm not gonna get here and speculate who did it. Was it O-Block? Was it this? We really don't know. It could have been a wrong place, wrong time situation. Maybe it was just kind of like the trouble. Maybe it could be just like the trouble situation. It could just be an ex-boyfriend peeping on his girl, seeing you with her, and then, you know, I shoot up the car. Because people on the internet are speculating it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup. Now, I don't know who's up at these times of the day. So I can see how you could kind of go to that conclusion that it may be a setup. When you see 5:31 in the morning, like we don't know this man's schedule. I doubt he's picking up that pail, kissing the babies goodbye, and he's going off to that warehouse job at 5 o'clock in the morning. I doubt that's how I go. Because if that's the case, if shooters, if I don't like using the word ops, it just feels so like unnatural. But if ops are, you know, around, riding around Chicago all throughout the night looking for people, like, I think they need better things to do. So I can see how people could say it looks like a setup. Because how do you know just at 5:31, hey, come here, he's here. At 5:31. Daytime, maybe he's at the mall, maybe he's at a restaurant or something. That makes more sense. Maybe you might just spot him. But 5:31 in the morning, that sounds like a setup. That sounds like somebody said, hey, he is here. Come now. Because I would assume that if these guys that are willing to kill anybody, like have no regard for human life, even if the girl, because I don't want to put it on the woman. I'm not saying that she did this, but I'm saying even if the girl was working with the guys, they don't give a fuck about shooting her too. We trying to get him. If you just there in the way, I mean, you just some hoe or whatever they call girls in Chicago. You just girl run away. So it's another within the cycle of, I'm probably like a 99.9% sure there's another black guy that killed him, but there's another cycle in that whole thing going on within Chicago and within other places around America. So, recipes to him. It sounded like he said, he wanted his kids going there, so he has children. So now, not only did you kill this guy, which is a cycle of another cycle in another conversation, but also now, next, I don't know if he's the greatest father. He's like, I don't know all this shit. I'm just, talking. Now you put the kids in the cycle of, fatherless home due to your act of violence. And like I said, I don't know this Cash guy. I don't know if he's an innocent bystander. I'm not saying he's the greatest guy. He's just a stand-up guy who got killed, and oh my God, it's tragic. But, the man still lost his life. I know we don't believe life is precious, but I mean life is precious regardless of, how you previously lived your life. So anyways, that's pretty much the only updates I got for that, because I can't really, I'm sure people will figure it out. There's probably a bunch of videos out now of the crime scene before and after and this and that. So I'm sure we'll get a lot more updates later. They're probably going to have video footage of the car that did it and the license plate. And it'll all get figured out. It'll all work itself out. I promise you. So I wanted to talk about, let's see, y'all talking about anything? Smart professor, my pops told me that my grandpa made sure I always knew danger could be everywhere. Ninjas that, and he ain't discriminate calling people that. It doesn't got to be just like a black thing. It could be anybody. You don't know who's watching you, who's following you. You just don't know. Get in, get home. Do you know how easy it is to get out of Chicago? They don't want to leave. People say they want to get out, but, everybody not comfortable with leaving their little environments and their spots because they might be the man in the city or they might be this in the city, and they kind of like that power that it feels like. But if you know you're in danger, and this guy's 31, so it's not even just like young guys anymore. It's not like, oh, he's 20 years old, he's 19, he really can't do nothing. This is a young guy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I seen that they talk about that in the interview as well. Like, that was like, he's not an innocent bystander in the back and forth between the O Blocks and the FBG. He's a part of the bullshit. He's a part of the bullshit. But Vaughn this is the thing too, Vaughn just got killed, a couple years ago? Yeah, I brought it up a little bit earlier. But Vaughn got killed a couple years ago. Like, this guy was 29 years old doing that, most likely. 28, 29. I'm 28. I got kids. Like, I feel like the mentality has to grow. I know people are from where they're from, and I'm sure there's been lives lost on all sides. But, like, at what point is it going to just halt? And in my opinion, I thought about this before I started recording, they're not going to stop it. They're going to kill one. Like I said, I don't know if this is related to that thing, but let's just say it is. They're going to kill one, and they're going to kill one, and they're going to kill three, then they're going to kill two. Y'all ain't got to stop it. The FBI is going to stop it. The FBI is sweeping people up in numbers. Record 30 people arrested here, 40 people arrested here, 25 people arrested here. The feds or your local state government, they're going to do it. And just continue to give them more and more ammunition. And I don't want to see people on social media say, oh, they're targeting bro, you're doing it. I'm sorry. We got to live in reality at some point. I know the history of the justice system isn't been the greatest for black people. At the end of the day, these brothers out here killing each other like they in, Call of Duty and shit like that. Regardless of the reason. I watch a lot of these hip-hop shows where they say, well, killed his cousin, and then his cousin, I get it, but, like, at some point, it's like, all right, bro. Let's settle down. Do we all want to go to prison or do we all want to die? But that's a lack of not self-awareness, but, like knowing that life is precious, life is real, reality is real. There's going to be more to this in life. For a lot of them, they don't know that. And I can understand that. I can get that because a lot of kids in high school, they think that's their whole life. And I'm comparing this street shit, this one block you're a part of, they think that's their whole life. I got a friend, he's not even like a street dude, but he grew up in the hood, whatever. He didn't even go to a beach till he was like in our 20s. So I get how people get trapped in that bubble thinking that this is the world, this is that. But like, come on, bro. The CIA helped fund the war by supplying drugs, guns. The streets don't say they on COD missions, saying video games influence them. See, I'm just using the references or whatever. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing too. Like the CIA, obviously, if you watch Snowfall, that's like based on a true story. They put guns into the streets to get money to go, not even to help American wars, to go fund other wars, to topple other governments that they wanted to get people that they wanted to put in power. So that's the thing. That like, hey, we're gonna fuck up. Like that's the thing about this. It's like we care about gaining power in this country so much, right? Let's find the one community in America we really don't give a fuck about. Oh, the black community. Let's pump drugs and guns all through that community. They'll destroy themselves. They'll give us money. We'll kick that shit back to foreign governments, and we'll give them power. Just think about that process. Just think about that. That's crazy. But now that matriculates into today. So anyways, like I said, I'm moving on from that. Rest in peace to him. Prayers to his family, all the condolences and things of that nature, especially like the children and, because innocent kids ain't going to get to see their daddy no more. That's sad, So, let's talk about Gates. So, Kevin Gates caused a little bit of a frenzy on social media over the past couple of days because, first of all, he was caught out with some chick, doing this thing. We've seen Kevin Gates with chicks over the years, even though he's married to Dreka. I mean, I thought from what I saw from interviews, that's just like a part of their relationship, right? So I thought that was a thing. Now he got caught with this little hip-hop chick. She said he's not in a relationship, he's single. So that's a surprise. That's news to everybody. Whoa, Dreka and Kevin Gates are no more. And then he drops his super general freestyle, which is over the super gremlin beat, and it gives you a little bit more insight to what's going on in his life. Now, it looks like Kevin Gates is gearing up for a album release on June 17th, so this could be used as, more promotional firepower to going into that rollout, at least. So I want to read some of these lyrics, right? So I saw people on social media always do the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. They always do the same thing. Like, when a guy cheats on a girl, they'll get like 4 pictures of the girl they put into like a little collage and they'll be like, oh my God, how can he cheat on this? Like I get it, Dreka is beautiful, but it's like I always say, it's like not to diminish Dreka and maybe what she does as a woman and a mother, nothing like that, but like, when y'all say that, they're only going off of what she looks like. Kevin Gates could travel the entire world being rich and find the same person that looks as good or better than Dreka. Because like I said, they don't know Dreka personally. They don't know what she's like as a mother. They don't know what she's like as a wife. They only know what we see or what we've been allowed to see from her. So people always do that shit like that. Or Kevin Gates is horrible for doing this to Dreka. But if you listen to this song, it looked like Dreka was doing some bullshit, according to this. So one of the lyrics, and I'm just, I'm trying to just put 2 and 2 together. He said, shit on my name gave me a blemish. Her mother done turned my little ones against me. Bought her a truck when I was away and can't explain the way I'm feeling. Her and her son jumped my new wife and took a person and won't admit it. Personal trainer invaded my personal space. Deep down inside it killed me. Her and this nigga that scheme on me on some cake deep down inside to kill me. So my first thought was Dreka fucking a personal trainer? According to what he's saying? And then he said, took the blame in interviews and made it look like I was tripping. Made the Dreka song, lied to the world while I was trying to protect her image. Tell you love me, I say it back in mind, I'm indifferent. Bought this infiltrator to the farm. If you watch Dreka's Instagram, they got a farm together. They got like a little thing they got out. They left LA and they went and bought a farm. So Dreka according to Kevin Gates, allowed some infiltrator into their farm. Hurt my heart, what am I missing? You a man step out the bedroom, see that standing in your kitchen? Taking vids of all your cars and letting it go to post some pictures. Told me that I don't want to interfere with her fitness, bitch, I'm different. So when I don't want to interfere with the fitness, it just brings me back to the personal trainer. Now, I mean, I get it. Women got needs and shit like that. But I'm just trying to figure out how people on the internet is flipping this back on Kevin Gates because, like I said, I thought it was cool from Dreka mouth, if I could be mistaken, that Kevin Gates fucking chicks was cool to her. So they said, well, Kevin cheated first. No. It ain't cheating if she was cool with it. I ain't never heard Kevin say, hey, you can go and fuck dudes. You can go and fuck whoever you want to fuck. I never seen him say that before. So social media just likes to create their own. Like, bro, you can read the lyrics right here. Now, if you can show me a video or clip where Kevin Gates says, I'm out here fucking women with Dreka permission, and if Dreka want to go fuck some niggas, she could do that. If you find me that video, then I'll shut the fuck up. But I ain't never seen that video. Because everybody was focused on the Ruby Rose shit. Like the Ruby Rose shit, yeah, it was some freaky deaky shit he was saying about Ruby Rose and maybe slightly wildly kind of disrespectful shit he was saying about Beyonce and even the Nicki Minaj shit. Because I can see how husbands could like, hey, bro, why you talking about my wife like that? Well, we ain't got to do all that. Like the way he was talking about Beyonce, he said, had Beyonce didn't even let me hit her, make her piss all on his dick respectfully, her body shiver. You don't want to hear no another man saying that about your wife. So that's understandable why some would be mad. So there's a couple things. It was a great record too, I ain't gonna lie. He talked about fucking with Rennie Rucci right here. So Kevin Gates is, letting it all out. Now you may think he's chatty patty and he's talking too damn much about what's going on. He even got a bar about Bundle Brittany. Cold-hearted Woodland Hill stuff in the dick and bundle of Brittany. We had a real infatuation for one another, but no commitment. She know I was turned up with the cartel and wasn't agreeing with how I was living. So she went and made that safer choice and had a baby with her new nigga. That's PJ Washington. He letting it be known what he doing. So my thing with this is really like just social media. It's always that like, it's always like we jump to the woman's side. Like, bro, if Dreka was cheating on Kevin Gates, but she has this imagery of like the perfect housewife, then that now image will be tainted. We've known Kevin Gates out here doing what the fuck he was doing. And it looked like, from what we've seen from maybe lip service interviews or this interview, that she was cool with it. But, you never want to see the destruction of the family. You want to see the family stick together. You want to see the dad, the mom, the kids. You want to see it stick together. But, like, just for reference from the song, there's a lot more to the song than people talking about on social media if you really, like, look into it. And it looked like to me that she was fucking the personal trainer. While he was in prison, he'd been out of prison for a while. And he just sucked it up and like, well, she held me down maybe, or that's the mother of my kids, or whatever. For whatever reason, he kept it inside. So, I mean, I don't know. It was just wild. The album coming soon. At first I had many thoughts like, is this like a masterminded thing? Like, hey, let's talk about this and get some buzz around your name. You got a new album dropping. The Isla album was great. The next couple ones didn't create too much of a buzz. Now you got another album named after one of the other kids. You got Kai's album coming out, so we want that one to be big as well. Is it something like that? I don't know. But it ain't looking too good at the Gates estates right now. So, flying low in the building, salute to you. He said that the 3-pack he released was mid, and why he letting a male trainer train his wifey. Man's asking for her to get stretched out. He def saying that. Wives are off limits. Men should have at least had that. Yeah, like you can mention like, Bundle of Brittany. She's not married. You can mention Rennie Rucci, even though Fujiano was, I guess, her boyfriend, but he in prison. I don't know the laws of that. And Ruby Rose obviously isn't in a relationship. But mentioning Beyonce, I get shock value. It's shock value and got people talking. So I get why he would do something of that nature in that way. So I want to talk about this. I want to talk about something I saw yesterday going around, and I don't know this guy at all, or I didn't know nothing about this guy before I saw this. But it led me down an interesting conversation because I want to pair this clip with another clip that I've seen as well, in regards to how young men, and young women feel the need in today's society to get famous for not doing shit. Right? They just want to get famous and known for not doing shit. So I saw this guy, he got beat up at No Jumper yesterday. He got beat up before he came on for an interview, something like that. Let me just play the clip and then we'll talk about it.
No, he's dead or something.
Are you?
Nah, we can't bring him all bloody and shit. We at least get clean his. Oh shit.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you already know what the
Oh,
fuck
fuck.
happens in
Oh
here.
shit.
What?
They go representative, bitch.
Oh my god.
You already know what's popping in this bitch.
Hold on, wait.
Hey, hold on. Yo,
Wait.
Hold the city down,
Wait,
bitch.
hold on.
Go clean your face.
Yeah, please,
Go
bro,
clean your
please.
face.
Bro, what the fuck happened?
I got blood on my pants now.
So there's some guy named Twisty P. I don't know. I don't know nothing about the bullshit. The internet shit, the underground news shit, the bullshit. I don't know nothing about that shit. Nothing at all. But after I saw this, I want to see why are people, because I see a lot of people's interested. Like, it was like a big thing. Like, why the fuck are people so interested in this guy? What does he do? He's an underground rapper? Is he an act? Like, what does he do? So pretty much from what I gathered, he came up being like a Yeet stand. I'm not even like a big Yeet person. I don't really get that shit either. and doing other bullshit, calling people out, doing the dissing shit, fuck you, I'm in your city, and getting beat up. That's his MO. I feel like that wave died years ago. Like, that was like the Boom Gang shit, the Supreme Patty shit. Like, those internet guys that would just do any and everything to get attention. Well, ain't that shit dead? Like, that shit's dead and gone. But that's what I'm saying about today's society. That, like, people just feel like that's the only way they can get on. And I watched a little, I won't say documentary about this guy, but a little video about this guy. He had D1 football scholarships. He had D1 baseball scholarships. Potentially, I don't know how good he was. They was hyping him up to be the next best thing. Potential MLB contracts in the future. And they say one night he got addicted to lean, perks, some other shit, and then he just went downhill from there. Now, I don't know if the drugs are solely to blame for this kid's downfall or did just the 13 second, because fame is the worst drug of all drugs. Lean, coke, all that shit, that's bad. But when you get a little bit of attention, that's worse than any of them drugs. And then when people see this, they like it. They, oh my God, we need to interview. Why the fuck do we got to interview this guy? Who the fuck is he to be interviewed? All you're doing is pretty much giving this guy who's already seeming to be going down a very bad path, you're just giving him another shot in the arm. Like, you're only giving another fucking, another needle to the vein. And then he's just going to spiral. He's probably going to be homeless, probably going to get killed, probably going to be strung out. And he'll be like, well, hey, fuck it. We got some content out of him. And then the cycle continues. The same things with chicks like this. I saw this shit and I was like, what is wrong with these women? Hold on, let me pause it. Go back. I want to see the front and beginning. This is another product of, well, she was on No Drama. That's how she got big, but she's a product of that.
More time.
Okay.
Kanye West
Yes.
was your New Year's kiss. Wait, does he have you?
So, first of all, she says Kanye West was her New Year's kiss. You know when you're like, oh, countdown, 3, 2, 1, New Year, and you kiss. So Kanye West, he had to know who this was. If you heard this girl got famous for sucking 7 dicks as Kanye West. Now, she might be lying. Not saying she's telling the truth. But if she's telling the truth, you got to look at Kanye crazy. Because it ain't like she sucked 7 dicks. She's 35. She done sucked 7 dicks in her whole life. She sucked 7 dicks at one time. So there's no telling how many dicks she done sucked through her entire life. But let's continue. Let's continue to listen to this logic.
Blocked or Drake?
They both do. Well, Drake changed his number because of me, but Kanye has me blocked because I told him I want to fuck Pusha T when he was in the midst of like going off on Skeet on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah, he was like in a rampage, and I like texted him. I was like, I want to fuck Pusha T, babe, and then he blocked me
because were you
weird,
pissed at him?
No, I was just like, I want to piss off Drake because like I don't fuck with Drake anymore, and I was like, I don't fuck his arch enemy. So I was like, I know you're friends with Pusha T. I have your number. Like, I'm going to see if you can hook me up. And I didn't think he would be, like, jealous because he hooked me up with Future. So I'm like, why would you care that I want to fuck your friend? You already...
Wait, that makes fucking sense. Although I do know, like, dudes do...
So, this is what I'm talking about. We have, as a society, we have to stop. And I know I'm adding to it by speaking about it. But we've made the avenues to, I don't even want to say success, but attention too easy. Because girls see this. I think the worst thing that ever happened, and I'm just going to say this, because to me, this is a product of that. Thinking that empowerment is made through sexual exploits and sexual escapades for women, that's bad. There's no good could come of that. Now, like I said, she's a hoe, right? I'm not of the cloth that call any woman that have like sex with a couple guys hoes. Like if you had like 5 guys, 6 guys, 7 guys, 8 guys, that's different. Like, I don't think you're a hoe. I think you just, you went through your life, did whatever. This girl, clearly she's a hoe. But people love this shit. People hype this shit up. She said, it's like a sport for her. It's like a game for her. Oh, I want to fuck Pusha T because that's Drake's best friend, or arch enemy, and Drake blocked me, and Kanye also let me fuck Future, and the thing is, why are these guys fucking with this chick? The shit just baffles my fucking mind. And obviously she does it because she gets attention from people, like if she's telling the truth. If the shit's not true, Kanye's down bad. I'm sorry. At that point, Kanye was down bad. I see what he was ranting about Pete Davidson. If he was dealing with women like this, Kanye at that point in his life was down bad. Completely. And I'm not even, if I see Flying Love said D-Friend coming for feminism, no, LOL. I'm not even coming for feminism. I just think the glorification of that, like saying, oh my God, hey girl, you fuck 50 dudes, high five, like there's no good that can come from that. No good at all. And like I said, I see the Sophia Franklin girl, the girl who's interviewing her is Sophia Franklin. She used to be part of Call Her Daddy. She got her own shit now. One of the sweetest guests I've ever had. I love her. She's probably a nice girl. But there's some trauma going on in that fucking head. To be honest, to be a woman and to be that sexually exploratory in your life, something had to happen to you. There's some trauma somewhere. I'm sorry. Because that's not normal. That's not normal. Everybody want a hoe. I don't know why men lie about it. I don't know. Who is it? Who is everybody wants a hoe? I don't want a hoe. Do you want a hoe? Because I don't want a hoe. Now, the difference is if you meet a woman, you fall in love with her, y'all get married, and y'all get into a committed relationship, and let's say you go to her 10-year high school reunion, it's like, you see niggas high five, like, man, we used to run train on her. Da-da. That's different. Because you didn't know she was a hoe. And I don't think you should leave her at that point now. Because y'all in love already. But I'm talking about knowingly knowing this person is a hoe and dealing with them is crazy to me. Especially New Year's Eve kisses. But this is what society and so really social media has bred and put into the melting pot. Guys, you want to get famous? Be super fucking disrespectful. Be like, get hooked on drugs, wild out on Twitter, wild out on Instagram. You'll get the attention, you'll go viral. And women, suck dick, find the celebrity, expose it, find the next one that'll let you fuck, expose it, and then just repeat the whole cycle. And then you can be on all the biggest podcasts in the world. And then 4 or 5 years down the line, when nobody gives a fuck about you, and you old, you 36, 38, the body ain't hitting right the same. You ain't moving the same. You're trying to find a husband. You're trying to find fulfillment because you thought getting dick was fulfillment. I'm sorry, sweetie. Your life's done for. And that ain't even no red pill shit. That's just life. I'm sorry. Because if the way to try to like get even with men in people's mind is sex is the way to go. Sexual liberation is the way to go. Men are allowed to fuck anybody. It just don't, I'm sorry, don't work like that. It just don't work like that. I would never tell my daughter, sweetie, sexual liberation is the way to get on the same point as men. Go out there, suck as many dicks as you want. Go out there and do it. Like, what? And if I call her listening to these bullshit ass, fucking fake ass feminists talking about sucking dick all day and you don't need a man, be independent. You see the new hit record now is F and F and all the girls on that. You just listen to the records. And let's give it 5-10 years. Let's see what society looks at 5-10 years. And then we'll revisit if all that shit was so great and all that shit was so good. I'm gonna just wait 5-10 years and we'll see. So, what time is it? 12:23. All right, let's move on. I'm off that shit. D-Friend trying to get me caught up. You said it. I'm just asking what you said. You said it. So I wanted to talk about this actor because I like these movies, right? I'm a Fantastic Beasts fan. You know me. I'm a Harry Potter fan. So this is the guy. He also plays Flash in the DC universe, right? Not the TV show, but the movies. So they're claiming that Ezra Miller is accused of grooming minor with LSD alcohol. Court documents show. Salute, Kelton Young. Salute to you. Appreciate that. In the complaint, Miller is described as displaying cult-like and psychologically manipulative, controlling behavior toward the girl, as well as classic abusive, intimate partner violence behavior and sexual predatory behavior. Now, if this is true about this guy, I think he's a piece of shit, right? I think he should be stripped of. I think he just got killed in Fantastic Beasts, the last one anyway, so he's gone. He's done for. But also, I think that the parents also hold some responsibility. Not even some, a lot of responsibility. Because we see a lot of these grooming things. What is the infatuation with allowing your children to run off and gallivant with older people because they're famous? I never understood that. If a 20, let me see. So actor Ezra 29 has been accused of grooming a minor from the age of 12 with LSD, alcohol, and lavish gifts after they first met when Miller was 23. So Miller was 23 years old and she was 12 when they first met. A parent would never allow a random 23-year-old to come, hey, let me hang out with your 12-year-old. But for some reason, when we see fame, we think good person. I don't know what the logic is. We think fame, we think good person. I don't know if it's because people like, maybe it's a religious thing. They be like, well, this person is so blessed. This person is so successful. God had to anoint them with, whatever they have. I don't know if that's the case, but let's continue. The victim is Tokata Iron Eyes, who is now 18. So she's from an Indian reservation, right? So denies the claims, but her parents, obviously the kids always deny the claims they were being groomed. Chase Iron Eyes and Sarah Jumping Eagle told the courts that Miller has been physically and emotionally abusing and psychologically manipulating, that damn fly been pissing me off, physically intimidating and endangering the safety and welfare of their daughter since first crossing paths at the Standing Rock protest in North Dakota in 2016. So, court documents state that Miller came to the Standing Rock Reservation in 2016 and established contact with Tokata under the pretense of assisting the Standing Rock Sioux tribe during the No DAPL movement. So Dakota's parents allege that Miller groomed their daughter to use pronouns and had been grooming her ever since. Ezra Miller, who played the Flash in the Justice League and had a significant role in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, flew her and other tribal members from Standing Rock to tour the studio in London in December 2017. Okay, so he used guys of bringing let's bring everybody over to the damn London, but I really want you. Allegedly. So they flew her and the tribal members out there. Court documents state that Miller tried to sleep in the same bed with Dakota, who was 14 years old at the time. And this is kind of similar and reminiscent of what we heard. And like I said, I don't know if the Michael Jackson shit's true. I watched documentaries. Some of them guys, the two guys that was in the documentary, they seemed like they was full of shit. But let's just say they were telling the truth. This is similar to what Michael Jackson was doing with the kids, right? So, and the parents are actually allowing it. So I still don't understand why parents would allow their child to go and room up and bunk up with someone who's famous just because they're famous. So I do hold the parents accountable in a way as well. Miller was ultimately prevented from sleeping in the same bed with Dakota at the time by a chaperone, court documents read. Chase Iron Eyes and Sarah Jumping Eagle detailed the behaviors that Miller would use to groom Dakota and claimed that he gave her alcohol and drugs, including marijuana and LSD. Miller then paid for Dakota to attend college and used that against Dakota to create a sense of indebtedness. So it's a classic thing, like, psychological, like, well, I'm paying for your college, I'm doing this for you, you owe me, yada, yada, yada. Because why would he be doing it if he didn't want something from her? There's no way he's just this great guy. Like I said, allegedly. There's no way this guy's just this great guy. Hey, I met this girl, she's an Indian, I love her, I flew her out when she was 12, now she's 14, now she's about to go to college, I'm about to pay for it. That shit look a little fishy to me. In December, Dakota dropped out of school and fled to Miller's personal residence in New York City. When Chase and Sarah arrived at Miller's home to retrieve their daughter in January, Dakota didn't have an ID, bank cards, or any other items needed for them to navigate life on their own. Dakota spent the next 3 weeks detoxifying at home before running away to New York City to reunite with Miller, according to their Parents Entertainment Weekly reports. Dakota then traveled to LA and Hawaii, where Miller was recently arrested in an unreleased matter, according to the outlet. In a complaint which was filed on Tuesday, Dakota's parents claimed that Miller is displaying cult-like and psychologically manipulative, controlling behavior towards their daughter, as well as classic abusive, intimate partner violence and behavior, and sexual predatory behavior. Dakota took social media to defend herself and Miller, saying their parents' accusation holding away. I mean, that's the same thing that happened with R. Kelly. The parents allowed R. Kelly to do, we're going to get her a contract, we're going to sign her, she's going to be the next Aaliyah, she's going to be the next this. Then the daughters get trapped in the house. The daughter's saying the parents are tripping. They're lying. I love Robert. He's the greatest. And then one of the girls, once R. Kelly got locked up, she ran away. Oh, my God. It was so traumatic. I'm so glad I got away from that guy. Parents, I know you think celebrity is cool. Do not allow your children to hang out with grown-ass celebrities. Now, if your child's 13, right? They're 13. And they want to go hang out with, like, whoever the young, like, another teenage star possibly on Disney Channel. I understand that more, right? But don't be 13 and, oh, my God, my kid wants to hang out with this 29-year-old star. No. You're not flying them out. You're not doing this. And as soon as... That's the first warning. As soon as a grown-ass man says, hey, can she sleep in bed with me? Nigga, you getting flown back here. You never talk to that motherfucker again. And I get, oh, well, then she can get a phone. She going to contact him some way. He's going to find a way to reach out. We'll cut that shit off. Now, when she get older, whatever, she will fucking run away. But I'm cutting that shit off at the head at that very moment. Because there ain't no way no grown-ass man should be asking to sleep in the bed with a little girl. In no way, shape, or form. So, that's what I got for that. Like I said, if this is true, you gotta get the guy up out of here, right? I know y'all got Johnny Depp out here for accusations. I know how that played out. Ended up being like falsehoods in that case. So I don't want to say jump out the window because it could be lying. But when you look at the history from 12 to now, that shit does look nasty. That shit does look crazy. That shit does look weird. Like we gotta at least keep it 100 with that. Like think about your daughter. Like I was 14, he 25, he want to sleep in the bed with my. What's going on here? So, last thing. Last alleged nasty allegedly, because like I said, I don't know nothing about this shit. This shit's so wild to me, I can't even really put my finger on what's the truth and what's not the truth. And also the numbers are so staggering, it just don't make sense to me how something like this even happens. So, what I'm talking about is Deshaun Watson. So, he got a new update in the investigation. We already know he had the massage thing. Girls were saying he was putting his penis out, trying to flap his penis on him. He was asking massage therapists to stick the finger in his butt, doing all kind of weird shit when he's getting massages, right? It looked like he beat the case. He beat the case, and he got a $230 million fully guaranteed contract from the Browns. But now, new allegations are coming out against him. So NFL insider Ian Rappaport gave new insight into the current state of the investigation to the sexual assault allegations against the new Cleveland Browns quarterback. So I want to play the video. Let's play the video.
To a close, right? So let me also add one more thing. Remember we talked about a couple weeks ago and Roger Goodell came out and said the investigation is coming to a close, right? Well, when these new allegations came, these are now being looked into. So I would say it's still on the back end, on the back nine, as you would say. But I don't think it's over because I believe the league is investigating these new claims as well and talking to Deshaun Watson about it as well.
It's the second nine. My mind's in the Augusta. But it is, it's very serious. I mean, this is, I hate talking about it every day because of how terrible all the accusations are, but also it's not good for the NFL for this to continue to go. And Deshaun, I mean, I don't know how. He just doesn't. Does he not read any? Does he?
Well, he went private on Twitter.
Private on Twitter, so private on Twitter and on Instagram. I guess.
Post that IG.
All right, so that's pretty much that. So some of the allegations there, like I said, so one girl said stuck a finger in the butt, another girl said tried to molest her, another girl said tried to rape her. So this is the detail. Like this is the meat and potato. So this is the headline I saw. So Deshaun Watson used NDAs, hotel memberships provided by the Texans, for massage sessions per the report. So I saw this and I was like, this could be damning for the Texans if they're engaging in, unsolicited massage type of things for their quarterback. But I thought about it, I was like, well, I would think you would make a massage therapist sign an NDA, not because you're scared your quarterback's going to do anything, but let's say your quarterback has something going on that could be debilitating to him. You don't want the therapist leaking that to the Browns next week or, hey, let's tell the Colts that, hey, his calf muscle's a little fucked up. So I can see why you make somebody sign an NDA for that situation, right? So I don't know if that's necessarily too damning or they actually knew something was going on. So in the last week, Cleveland Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson has been sued by two more women who alleged sexual misconduct took place during massage therapy appointments on Tuesday. The New York Times citing depositions and evidence for the civil lawsuit, as well as interviews of some of the 24 women who have now accused Watson of misconduct, reported additional allegations, as well as new details regarding some of the previous 22 lawsuits. So the Times reported, this is the crazy shit, the Times reported that Watson booked appointments with at least 66 massage therapists over 17 months from fall 2019 through spring 2021. That number is in contradiction with Watson's public statements that he hired around 40 massage therapists during his 5 NFL seasons. Now, I don't know what the protocol is for something like this. And this doesn't necessarily even mean that he is guilty of whatever they're saying that he did. But I would like to hear other because I'm sure they all get massages from personal massage therapists. I would like to know from them, what is the protocol on how many massage therapists have you been through in your career? 66 seems like a lot, right? 66 does kind of seem like, oh, well, you have to go 66 because that one don't want to work with you no more. That one don't want to work with you no more. That one don't want to work. Like, it makes it look that way. Now, like I said, if that's a normal thing, if I go ask whoever the offensive lineman is for the Texans, like, hey, how many massage therapists you had over the years? 65? What about you? 52? Okay, maybe this is a normal thing, but that shit to me as a regular person don't look normal. I got one barber, I got one doctor, I got one this, I got one that. I don't need a million of them if the first one's doing a good job. And you would think by at least maybe the first one sucked, maybe the second one sucked. At a certain point, by at least around 10, you'll find somebody that works for you. So it does look bad for Deshaun Watson. So among the additional allegations detailed by the Times are those of a woman who said she and Watson were in the same social circle and that he contacted her on Instagram after she became a massage therapist. Watson asked her for an appointment, and as they tried to schedule a time, Watson claimed that he was just trying to support black businesses. That claim was consistent with those of the women who filed a suit against Watson earlier this week, who alleged that Watson told her that he really wanted to support black. So he's using to support black business to get in the door, according to the complainants. Watson asked the woman from his social circle to meet him at the Houstonia, a hotel and club where the Texans had secured him a membership and where at least 7 women met him for massages. Per records viewed by the Times, Watson said the Texans were not aware, that I know of, that he used a hotel for massages. The woman told Watson via text message they should not meet there because she knew Watson's girlfriend and wanted to keep things professional and respectful. And I believe at the time he was dating Jilly in the East, something like that. And maybe he's still dating her. But anyways, most definitely, always professional, Watson replied. I even have an NDA I have therapist signed too. The NDA reference was one given to him days earlier by Brent Nakara, a former Secret Service agent who was the Texas Director of Security. The NDA was given to Watson in November 2020 in the wake of Instagram posts from Nia Smith, who sued Watson last week, that contained text messages from Watson's phone number along with Cash App receipts and included the message, I could really expose you. Watson began taking the NDA with him to his appointments following the incident. So, okay, so now we know why he's doing NDAs. I thought maybe it's because, maybe he got an injury. We don't want the other teams to know. So another woman who did not sue Watson or go to the police told the Times that Watson repeatedly pushed for sexual acts during the massage and that he was begging her to put her mouth on his penis. I specifically had to say, no, I can't do that, the woman said. Another woman who did not sue Watson or go to the police alleged that he attempted to initiate sexual contact during 3 of their appointments. So, I don't know what to think. I don't know what's true. I don't know what's not true. Did my camera die? All right, can y'all still hear me? If you can still hear me, that's fine. I think my camera died. But anyways, I don't know what to think. I don't know what to say. Deshaun Watson, you a wild boy if any of this is true, because I just never understand the psychology behind doing something of this nature. I never understand rich guys who predicate any girl in the world, right? Deshaun Watson could walk to a club tonight, meet a chick, and have sex with her with no coercion involved, no nothing involved. Just have sex with her and go on about your day. Look at the girl I just talked about. The girl from No Jumper who said she kissed Kanye, said she fucked Future, wanted to try to get at Drake, and couldn't get at Drake, so she wanted to fuck Pusha T. There's plenty of women that are probably like that Deshaun Watson can go and get with. There would be no reason in my mind for him to want to, sexually assault and, coerce just easygoing massage therapist. You're hundreds of millions of dollars. You're a professional NFL quarterback, one of the best. It just always baffles my mind when I see shit like this happen. I don't know if it's the ego complex. I don't know if it's I don't want the easy one. I want the one that's hard to get. I don't understand that thing. I just don't understand it. So my camera died. I think I unplugged it on accident. So I'm going to get about it. That's all the topics I have for today anyways. Appreciate you guys for watching. Subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the show if you're not subscribed already. Come back for the next show. Maybe me and Bryce may do something tomorrow. Maybe do the tier list for the actors. I'm not sure. Also, give the video a big thumbs up. It helps with the algorithm and the views and the this and the that. SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes. You can get the complete and total podcast for free. Let me see. I don't believe a guy getting 60-plus massages, some not even from masseuses. Trail would have done it for free. Y'all just got to throw the digs. But anyways, that's all I got. Appreciate you guys for watching. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Lovely day. See you guys tomorrow. It's your buddy Fran. Peace.